Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Yes, I'm wearing my fedora today. I felt like it. I asked Joey if I could wear it. He said yes, but he says that my hat looks like it fits one of his kids. And I said, because I have a small head. He says, I know, and that's why you got a small hat. So there it is. So with that being said, if you can hear me loud and clear, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Once again, Janice, thank you for that email today. I love hearing what other people say about my live streams, especially people who are not possibly subscribers to the software. I think that a lot of people outside of subscribers, you guys, families and friends and kids, listen to the live streams, and I appreciate the feedback that I get from other people in regards to what they hear. We are all subscribers, says Jen. Oh, you are? Okay, there you go. So I hope your mom and dad are listening. I want to say hello to Janice's mom and dad. I do want to say that. Say hello to them. Shout them out. David, good afternoon. Elton here as well. All right, so I'm going to tell you something real quick before everybody gets here. Glenn looks so untrustworthy with that hat. I don't know how I should take that. Anyway, good afternoon, T. Shout out to Damien and Joan. There you go. Thank you, Janice. That's what I'm shouting out. And Alton says he loves the hat. Wow. Ritman says, just started a new subscription. Thank you for that. The reason why I wore my hat today, because it's raining outside. And so this is Debbie's effect on the Carolinas. A lot of rain today. A lot of rain coming down. So I guess I'm going to have to call today Debbie's Downers. Type a LOL if you're laughing. Type a sigh if you're not. Type an LOL if you're laughing. Type a sigh if you're not. All right, so Debbie, rain coming down. Debbie, Downers. You get it? Debbie, down. Actually, if I have to explain it, it ain't funny. Bill says grin. All right. I got a couple of sighs. That's good. That's good. And then Stacy gives me an LOL sigh. I got some sighs coming in. That's fine. That's fine. Sometimes I crack me up. Joey, did you like it? Was that funny? Yeah. Oh, no, evidently he put it in the chat. Sigh. Dang, Jeff just called me a loser. Oh, boy. All right. With that being said, I figure I'd start off the presentation with a little jokey joke, all right, with a little jokey joke. And so we're going to get into a lot of stuff going on. I say that every live stream, a lot of stuff going on in the market. We had a new jobs report come in of claims that came in a lot lower than anticipated. The market reacted. The last time jobs number came in and we missed, the market reacted. Now, I got a question. All right, stop it, Roger. I got a question. How many of you think that both of these reactions, to the downside and to the upside, were overreactions? Type of 1. How many of you think that the two different jobs report, one is a jobs report, payrolls, and one was jobless claims? How many of you think that both reports, the way the market acted, was an overreaction? All right, interesting. And the reason why I'm asking the question, is because I'm going to talk a lot about what the market is actually telling us through the VectorVest software. Of course, we're going to have all of the news. We're going to have all of the stories that are moving the markets. But I think at this particular point in time in what's going on in the market, you guys have to have a better understanding of, from a VectorVest standpoint, what's truly going on and how to take advantage of it. Is this the right time to buy, or is this a head fake? So we're going to talk a lot about that today, number one. Number two, how many of you went to the live stream, the 4-hour live stream yesterday? Type a me in the room. How many of you went to the free 4-hour live stream yesterday on our channel? Type a me in the room. And Janice just to let you know, it's up on the channel now for the replay. It's up on the channel now for a replay. So I think that Todd and Brian did an outstanding job yesterday in the live stream that was free. And I think it brought a lot of people back to the basics of what to do in the market. All right. And I think that it's important that sometimes we get so far away. We get so far away from what we're supposed to do in the market that sometimes we need to be reined in. And I loved what Todd and Brian did yesterday. So John asks, what should we buy now? And today, off of what happened yesterday, I'm going to keep that momentum going in today's live stream. And I'm going to show, based upon how you invest in the market, John, what you should be buying now. I'm going to give you fish based upon how you guys invest in the market. And that means some of you will take some of the stock, some of you will take others of the stock, and that's fine. All right. So I'm going to take care of that today. Now, when we look at what's going on in the market, we can see that all of the major indices are rising higher. We've still got more red than yellow in the color guard. Now, you look at what's going on in the market, you can say to yourself, well, I can buy stocks today because the market's giving me an opportunity to buy stocks today. Let me ask you, what type of investor is buying stocks today based off of the color guard? Type it in the room. What type of investor is buying stocks today, even though based off of the color guard right now? All right, so just type it in the room. What kind of investor is buying? Aggressive. There we go. Now, Rajesh says long term. Not quite yet. Notice how everybody else is answering in the chat, Rajesh. Aggressive. I'm not ready for bottom fishing yet, just John, but we might be getting there. But Rajesh, I wanted to point out, and this is why I want to ask the question, because if you know the type of investor you are, the question that was just asked is, what should we buying now? Starts from right here. So I now know that if I am buying stocks today because the market is moving up, I am doing so because I'm more of an aggressive trader. Now, if that was the case, John, does that answer your question at least a little bit? Does that start to answer your question just a little bit? All right, and if it does, that was the reason why I went down this path right now in regards to what to do in the current market's conditions. Now, I'll step back because my Monday video was looking at non-leverage contra ETFs, and I'm glad that I put you onto the non-leverage rather than the leverage based upon what's going on in the market. And then my Tuesday video talked a little bit about stocks on the rebound. Well, that's the kind of vibe that the market was giving me, so I put out a video according to the market vibe. All right? TSLL, maybe Mukesh. I'm not ready to look at stocks yet. And I guess I'm going to start to take the advice of a lot of the other people in VV Nation is, if you put in stocks before I'm ready to look at them, I'm going to ignore them. I'd rather you put them in when I'm ready for you to put them in. All right. Color guard is still yellow. Only speculators are buying today. But Michael, what's the predominant color in the color guard? 3, 6, 9, 10 red lights. It's still yellow, but it's predominantly red, Michael. This is why I tell you to watch the predominant color in the color guard. It's still telling me that from a little bit more of a confirmational standpoint, I'm not ready to buy stocks yet. All right, so that's based off of the color guard. Now, let's start talking about what news is moving the market. So we've already determined that anybody who's buying stocks today is taking advantage of today's market action, but it's more of an aggressive play. Being more of an aggressive play, that means you're going to play more of a tighter stop on these stocks. The more aggressive the stock, the more tighter the stop is. The more of an investment, the looser the stops. So I want to start to transition into not only you buying stocks, but knowing how to manage them nonetheless. All right. So with that being said, talking about TQQQ, I jumped into this morning to SOXL. I'm up 15% today. I jumped. This was one of the few stocks I bought right at the open. I never buy stocks at the open, but today was a day that I did buy stocks off the open. I'm looking at these indicators that you see in the MTI and the buy to sell ratio. Question came up by John talking about, do we bottom fish? I'm not, something, we'll talk a little bit about that when we get into the graph. Jake says hard market to get a read on, easy to get discouraged. So Jake, that's why when we start talking about the people who are jumping in the market today that are more aggressive, you put those tighter stops. I'm probably playing a 28.7, 28.5 stop. I'm only going to give those stocks 5 to 7% against me, especially if I'm more aggressive. All right. How much effect did the carry trade had on the market to the downtrade? I think it played a big role. I think the majority of the pull to the downside was the recession fears. That's what really pulled down on the market. All right, the carry trade played a role, but not nearly as big as the recession fears. But it did play a role. It did play a role. All right, let's get into the news. Where is it, Joey? There we go. Let's get into the news. All right. You always know I like to start off with market news. U.S. stocks rise after jobless claims data calms recession worries. Number 2, Treasury slide as jobless claims data dims bet. You see this, Aksaya? And this is another major player in the market's move. Dims bets on Fed easing. People are going bat stuff crazy because of the headlines. Oh, we're gonna get a cut in September. Well, if the jobless claims, and we still got a lot more data to come before September, depending on what that data comes in as, we may still not get a cut in September. But right now, I'm actually going to be on the bandwagon that the economy is slowing enough for the Fed to really consider cutting interest rates. Bill, I saw that already. I got that up here. It's up here. I got it up here. It's one of my stories. Look at you can't see it at the top. It's one of my stories. I got you. Big players collected at discount prices. Again, the market fell and got slammed. And that's why we're getting a little bit of a rebound on a lot of the tech stocks, especially AI, because a lot of people are picking up bargains. I'm going to start to do that. I'm back in Palantir. I got back in Palantir. I haven't gotten into any other tech stock. The only 2 stocks I'm holding right now is Palantir and SOXL. Those are the only 2. Those are the only 2. All right, so the Treasury yield curve is within 4 basis points of uninverting, which is going to play a role too. Jeff says we're cutting 25 basis points. They can't wait. I think that if we do cut, and I go back to I think that if we do cut, it's going to probably be a 50 basis cut because a lot of people are feeling that the Fed is too late to the party. I think that it will be a 50 basis point move. All right. If that happens, we got to keep looking at the data, though. We got to keep looking at the data. Are you doing that for me, Joey? Why are you? All right. All right, Joey had to talk to me. He's talking about all you guys behind your back, so he had to talk to me. Don't do that. That's what don't do that. Well, you don't want me to tell him the truth?
Don't do that.
All right, Joey would never do that. Joey would never do that. All right, the reason why Joey did that is because I do have to ask you all a question. All right, I got to ask you all a question. We're thinking about doing a road trip. All right, and so I need everybody to answer in here. We're thinking about doing a road trip with me, Ryan, and Joey. With that being said, give me the places that you would travel to for a road show. If we were going to do a road show. And I don't want you to be all about, well, I want you to come specifically to me. I'm not asking that. Where would you travel to to come see a roadshow if we decide. We're thinking about it. We are thinking about it. All right, so NYC, Albany, Alabama. Really, Yellowstone? Webster, Massachusetts. Toronto. Where's Pattaya? I don't even know where that is. Vancouver or Toronto? Stacy says Los Angeles. We know you don't like Chicago. I'll put Chicago. I love what Roger says. Las Vegas. I like that. Salt Lake City, Utah. Toronto came up already, Jay. Road trip to New Jersey. Vegas or Austin, Texas. The Bay Area. Marcel, I don't think they're going to let us go to Europe. I'd love to. I would love to. But I don't think they're going to let us come there. The Villages. Ooh, I don't mind doing that either. The Villages in Florida. Palm Beach, Florida. Palm Spring. The Bahamas? You want us to go to the Bahamas? Haas says Birmingham or Alabama. Orlando or New Orleans. I like me some New Orleans, believe you me, and I like me some Orlando too. Ottawa in Canada. Is it in the wintertime? We know, listen, out of all of the places that you're putting, depend on when we go, that'll help us to make a decision. Now, the reason why I ask is I don't want anybody to think that all of these places that you put in here, we're guaranteed to go. All right. Again, it's something that we're thinking about doing, and we want to get you involved as far as the places that you guys would travel to see. I like Palm Spring if you like golf, but I don't think I'm going to have time to golf. New Jersey comes up again. Cleveland in the summer. Cincinnati. Don't you mean Cincinnati, Patrick? What's PC, Florida? I don't know what that is. Let's visit Glens Hood. You don't want to do that. That's in Brooklyn.
Pensacola.
Oh, is that Pensacola, Florida? How am I supposed to know that? It's PC. Palm Spring is very nice. There's another Palm Springs. Amir says he's going to make a tea time if we go to Palm Springs. All right. So I want to just take a little bit of time for that in regards to the Villages was mentioned, Patrick. I wanted to take a little bit of time because it is something that we're considering. We don't know when. We don't know, all that stuff. I did want to get some insight from you guys in regards to where you guys would travel if we would do a road show. All right. So NYC is up there again. You know the problem with that, Raphael, is when we do something in New York City, nobody comes out. I'll be the first to say it. Nobody comes out when we go to New York City. Nobody. And I'm from New York, and I'm like, come on, folks, let's come. Nobody comes out. Dallas is, there you go. Dallas is up there. Never to the left close. Toronto is great. All right, so I just wanted to take the time before we start losing everybody. I wanted to take the time to just do that real quick to see where you guys would be willing to travel if we were to do a road show, okay? All right. And Jazz says no rate cut in September. Do you, September? When we had the cut and we looked at our stocks then. All right. New York too dangerous? No, I don't think New York is too dangerous. It's that you guys, a lot of people say, hey, let's do this in New York. And then when we do something in New York, nobody shows up. I'm just telling you, I've been here for 20 years. Every time we do something in New York, I don't remember how it works out in New Jersey. New Jersey might be better for people to show up or not. I don't know. All right. All right, so with that being said, you would put 200 people in a room around Boston area. I know, I was there. So Boston could play a role. Look at that. Boston could play a role in this. What? Paducah, Kentucky?
I've been there.
Huh?
Been there.
You been there? I ain't never heard of it. New York doesn't suck. San Diego, I would love to go to. And Michael says that's why you should go to New Jersey. I think people would show up more in New Jersey than in New York. All right. With that all being said, thank you for that. I needed that information for Joey. He now has it. Again, it's something that we're thinking about. We don't know when, we don't know where, all that kind of stuff. but I think that it was, Key West. Oh my God. I would love to go to Key West. Whoo-wee. Glenn, if you go to New Jersey, I will stay with my relatives in Staten Island and bring you some bagels. Oh, I'm drooling a little bit. Oh, I don't mind New Jersey, especially Northern Jersey, which is right across the bridge. I wouldn't mind doing Northern Jersey at all. I wouldn't mind. Brenton Woods in New Hampshire would be great in February. Hell no, not in February. Nothing in New Hampshire is good in February, except for syrup. That's about it. We ain't traveling to New Hampshire in February. That ain't happen. Oh. All right. With that, thank you for that, folks. East Orange. I lived in Orange for a little bit. Where's that place I used to live in? I used to work in Hackensack. Anyway, that's enough. Thank you for that. Just wanted to know. Let's get more into the news. All right. Thank you for that. And now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Next stock. How many of you watched my my list of stocks in the rebound? How many of you paid attention to Lumen? Lumen kicking butt, taking names since I did that video. Lumen Technology shares extend AI, again, AI-fueled surge after rosy cash flow outlook. That was the stock that I put in my rebound video, and holy smokes, am I happy I did that. Another one, let's talk about stocks that beat earnings. Shopify shares soar 17% after earnings, top expectations. How come I can't move that? I got to move that. Company gives upbeat forecast. Shopify. What else? Suncor on the oil side. Suncor surges on Q2 oil sands production strength. BMO upgrades on big beat. Now, this is a stock I don't know a lot about, but it's Clavio soars following Q2 results and guidance increase. So I got that in my list today. Yeti. Yeti strong sales and better than expected profit launches shares higher. Another one, Supermicro CEO indicates, this is not an earnings report, indicates NVIDIA's Blackwell likely delayed until early 2025. That's not going to be good for either one of those companies. I think NVIDIA might hit a little bit of a blip because of this delay. I want to keep my eyes on it. Now, here's the other side of it. NVIDIA AMD stocks present tremendous opportunity after recent losses. Ryan did a short on this. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that today in regards to some of these stocks that have been beaten up so much. I lived in Nutley. There you go. I used to live in Montclair. All right, so I love Northern Jersey. If you're going to do anything in Jersey, I do like Northern Jersey. Lumen down 23% today. Robert, you're right. Now, I'm going to talk. This is why I want to talk a little bit about the type of trade you put on. The trade like Lumen went up and went up again 2 days in a row, nicely bigly up. What do you think is going to happen to a stock like that? That's why understanding the type of trade you're in is very important in putting the right stop. So, Robert, you're going to lead me into helping you guys to manage those trades, depending on how you get in, all right? Hello, Dr. Glenn from Patriot Nation. Hello. Northern New Jersey near the George Washington Bridge. Absolutely. That's where Northern New Jersey is, right across the George Washington. That's Northern Jersey. What county is that? What county is that? I forget. Somebody type it in the room. What county is the first? It's the first county across the bridge. What county is that? Somebody from Jersey will type it in. But it's right above, across the bridge. All right. And here's another big story. Microsoft, Bergen County. Thank you. It's Bergen County. So another comes up for you, Joey. Seattle. Microsoft, Palantir team up to sell AI to the U.S. defense. I like this for a couple of reasons. One, Microsoft that got beat. Palantir that's going up. And defense. I need to probably put DFEN in my list today. So Microsoft could be rebounding from its abysmal report. Palantir had a great report, and this could help to add to DFEN. Another Palantir story. as AI strategy, strategy resonates. CEO Karp silences doubters. A lot of people are going against him. And I think that, something, instead of just yip-yapping about it, just let the stock do what it's got to do. How about coming to Foxborough and rent some space where the Patriots play? We all know you loved it. Hell no, I'm a Giants fan. I'm not even in your side of the football. I'm on the NFC. That's the AFC. AFC is not for me. All right, the AFC is not for me. All right, and one more. Your Uncle Glenn talked to you about this stock. How many people are looking at AXOM? Type of one in the room. Uncle Glenn talked to you about this stock. Stock is up. Enterprise second quarter 2024 earnings, revenues beat expectations, EPS lags. So you do know what AXON, why I wanted you guys to take a look at it, is because it's got the market on tasers and body cams worn by law enforcement. I'm telling you, your Uncle Glenn, folks, put you onto this stock. I just need you to keep your eyes on it. All right, so they missed on earnings, but they beat on revenues. And if nothing else, you guys should have this stock on your watch list. All right, what did you buy, Uncle Glenn? The only two things I'm in right now is Palantir and SOXL. Now, again, I'm going to spend a lot of time to get into the software. I'm going to spend a lot of time. Why can't I find the software, Joey? Sigh.
Did you open it?
It's got to be open because the homepage is open. That's the homepage. Where the flying flip? Where is it?
Alt tab.
I've been alt tabbing. That's the homepage. That's the news. That's the studio. Oh, I found it. I hate it when this happens. That's why I couldn't find it. All right, let's start off here. Let's start off let me move this over. In going along with what Todd and Brian did yesterday, what did I say about the ETFs, the non-leveraged contra ETFs? What did I tell you to watch out for if you were to go to buy them? I did tell you that I had a level of support here, which is a current level of resistance. If we broke above this level and got back into this channel, you weren't going to play those contra ETFs. Look at the move of the market. All right, the MTI, let's go back one day. All right, why do I think that this has some legs here? The MTI was at 0.65. We're looking for the MTI to get to a level of 0.60. The buy to sell ratio, the buy to sell ratio got to a level of 0.19. The buy to sell ratio got to a point where the market was looking for a low. The MTI got darn close to it. So why do I think that this market has upside? Not even because just the jobs number. One, we're back in that level of the channel that we had been in. I was looking at that level. We're back in the channel. Two, nice open candle today. Very little wick at the top, which means we've got continuation of the day moving up. We're trading near session highs. Three, as I go back to the home page, we still got more red lights than yellow lights. What I'm really looking for, I like the move. For those people taking advantage of the market today, it's more aggressive. Why? Primary wave is still down. The DEW is still down. The confirmed call is still down. I'm looking for a couple of things. One, I'm looking for a primary wave to go up before I really feel more comfortable jumping back into this market. Two, if I need a little bit more confirmation, I'm looking for a green light in the color guard pricing column. Does everybody understand what I just said? Type a yes or no in the room. Because now, not only just based on the news, not based on what everybody's talking about with the cut, I'm taking you back to what to look for before you place any trades in the market. Up day, great. Those people we've already determined, that's why I led you down this path. We've already determined the people who are buying today are aggressive. If you're not aggressive, you're not pulling the trigger on any trades today. Now, let's say that you're a little bit more prudent or conservative, and you have a smaller portion of your portfolio that's aggressive. You can put some stocks into that portion, which should be a much smaller portion of your portfolio. I'm looking at the NASDAQ up 2.85%, the S&P up over 2%, the S&P 1 and 500 both up over 2%, which is why I played the trade on SOXL. Okay, let's go back into looking what's going on. So I think that we do have some upside based upon what I said. Market's trending higher after being down below this channel. I think we have some more upside. But if I'm not sure yet, let the market come to you. Use what you've got. Use what you've got in the software to help you to make a decision. So again, let's go back to the question. What do I buy today? Well, if you ain't aggressive, nothing. If you're not aggressive, nothing. Now, let's go to the next slide. Let's go to the viewers. Here's all of our indices. Look at that. The VIX is falling off. People are getting less fearful. I think they're seeing what's going on in the market, getting less fearful, but we're still above 20. There's still a lot more volatility in the market. All of the major indices are up. That's for tomorrow. Let's talk about the stocks that made the news. And I'm going to type in DFEN. I don't have that in my list, but I am going to type it in now. DFEN, because I think the story with Microsoft and Palantir is going to bode well for defense stocks. But look at the top of the list by VST. There's Axon. I'm telling you, folks, watch this stock. NVIDIA, been beaten up, sell recommendation. SMCI, beaten up, sell recommendation. AMD, beaten up, sell recommendation. But look at all of these rebounding. Do I buy them? Well, not unless I'm aggressive. But let's go take a look, and let's go see if these stocks are really rebounding or not. Let's put this on a 3-month graph. Look at Star Search. NVIDIA, like the move up. I like the wick at the bottom of the candle showing some buying pressure. Neither DPO is positive. If I buy this now, this is super aggressive. The stock's fundamentally sound. But from a tech standpoint, I'm not extremely sure that I want to buy it yet. Both DPOs are negative, and the stock is still in the slow lane. Does that, what you see right there, does that make sense as well? Yes or no? All right, I'm trying. You want to go to the window, to the wall, to the sweat drops? Oh, no, I can't say that. All right, does this mean, because a lot of people out there are going to tell you, hey, it's a buying opportunity, go buy right now. Well, do you? I do like that it's trending higher. I ain't gonna lie, I do like that it's trending higher. But, you know, when I'm looking at the Star Search, folks, is it there yet? That's like my kid sitting in the back of the car. Are we there yet? Still a sell. And both DPOs are negative. I don't know if you want to buy it yet. You do what you want to do. You do you, boo-boo. But I'm just trying to help you make the right decision so that when you do buy it, and if it goes down, I don't want to hear you yip-yapping going, well, I'm not trying to hear it. I'm taking a different approach in regards to all of these stocks that are making the headlines, to use the VectorVest software to help you. All right, let's go to the next one. Same thing with SMCI. Up day. Neither DPO is positive. I'm not ready to buy it yet. Well, it's an up day, Glenn. I'm going to take it. Go ahead. That's a super aggressive move. With super aggressive moves come with super aggressive risks. And as long as you know that and you're willing to play it on that aspect, then go for it. But if you do buy it, let me help you, show you how to get out of it. Watch this. Let's say you bought it today. This is where I'm going to give you a stop at 476.29. That's today's low. That's today's low. If it's going to keep going up, let it go up. But if it drops below that, you should probably get out of it. Next one, AMD. At least this one's in the middle lane. But neither DPO is positive, and it's a sell. You do you, boo-boo. I am trying to put you in at a better opportunity to make money than to get into it like here, and then this happens. Or say, oh, and then this happens. Does that make sense to everybody? Type the word sense or type the word nonsense. Type the word sense or type the word nonsense. I want to make sure that if the market is rebounding, that you're getting in on the stocks that are going to have the higher probability to help you rather than get your head caught doing this and not knowing what the flying flip to do. I'm trying to keep you off that track. I want you focused. Look at what's going on. Don't listen to everybody. You ain't even got to listen to me. Let the graph show you. You don't even have to listen to me. The software is going to do it all for you. All right, those are those three stocks because I know that a lot of people are still wondering what to do with those stocks. All right, Shopify, look at that. All of the stocks that made the news with the exception of Lumen. Ooh, let me talk about Lumen. So we do know that was an aggressive play. Why do we know that was an aggressive play? The stock is not fundamentally sound. Look at that. Why does that doesn't show me right? Here, there we go. The stock's not fundamentally sound. What has Uncle Glenn always told you about stocks that break out of the bands? Type it in the room. What has Uncle Glenn told you on more than one occasion when a stock breaks out of the band? What is it going to most likely do? Type it in the room. Type it in the room. And you know something? After it went up yesterday, folks, based upon what I've told you, that was a great opportunity to get out of it at the close of business yesterday. What did it do? It fell hard. Now, guess what? It's still in the fast lane. All right, that is an upside. It's still in the fast lane, but I don't know how many of you wanted to take that. That was a sign right there. That was a sign right there to take that off the table. You made a great freaking profit. Why give that all up, especially if it had a high probability of retracing? And it did. Okay. So I'm glad you guys know, but that was a sign right there to take that off the table. That was Stacy, Glenn is acting like a mean reversion with all that. I'm not yelling. Remember I told you yesterday I wasn't passionate? I told you that. What was it on Tuesday, Monday? I'm not passionate. As you can tell, I'm not passionate. All right? I'm not passionate. All right. I wanted to talk about that because somebody said it was down today. It presented you with the opportunity. It gave you the opportunity to make money. That break outside of the band in such a big way was a great opportunity to take that out the stair. You're not yelling. That's right. I'm not yelling. Jake says, use my indoor voice. Fine. Aaron says, hey, Vector, would you look hot? What is that? A do-rag? I'm not wearing a do-rag. Oh, see, I was finna say something wrong. Joey was listening, was going, I think he was getting ready to mute me because I was finna go down the wrong path. Ooh-wee. I was finna go down the wrong path. Now, First Solar and ISE won't be added to the list because these are the stocks that made my news stories. That's what this is. Big news stocks. That's what this is. All right. Now, how many of you ready to find out what stocks to buy based upon how you invest in money in the market? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you are now ready to know what to buy based on how you invest in the market? I think I'm going to start doing this going forward. Type of 1 in the room, because I got something for you. GT is doing exactly what needs to be done, and so many people here are all emotional and need to be brought into reality. All right, here we go. First set of stocks I want to help people with. Our mantra: safe, undervalued stocks rising in price. Plain and simple. These are the people, no multi-baggers today, Jazz, no multi-baggers, but I got aggressive stocks. Why not take Palantir off the table now it has jumped? You can. I got to stop in place. I'm looking at the prior day's low to get me out of the stock tabula. That way it tells me that the stock has stopped going up at that point. I'm looking at the prior day's low. At the prior day's high. At the prior day's high to get me out of it. So I'm all right on it. It'll definitely lock in profits. So, now, these stocks fundamentally sound, and guess what? They're all undervalued. There's a lot of people in here that say, why you guys buy these overvalued stocks? I hear you. So on a trending Thursday basis, I'm going to start talking about stocks that are not undervalued, that are fundamentally sound. These are good long-term plays. All buys, look at all of these earnings growth. Beautiful. And all undervalued. It's not easy to find great undervalued stocks in the market with everybody throwing so much money in the market. All right. Wow, Glenn, that's Bank FCMCA. I'm up 49% on that one. Thank you, VectorVest. Could you let us know which searches you use for each stock group you're showing? Nope. There's a reason why. Right now, I want to be able to present them for you. I want to, at some point in time, I will, just not yet. Just not yet, Ripman. All right, so I'm going to leave it right there. Right now, I want you guys to start to get on the track of understanding the type of investor you are. I'm going to pick them for you, and you run with it, At some point in time, I will, though, at some point in time. But look at the fundamentals. That everything is good about these stocks, except for this one. It's got a CI below 1, but this is our mantra. I should call this mantra stocks. Safe, undervalued stocks rising in price in a rising market. Now, let's talk about stocks from a swing trading perspective, looking at the MPI. All right. On the safe let me show you the graph layout, though. All right, why I like these stocks. Let's go graph them all. And for this layout of stocks, graph layouts, I'm going to look at VectorVest Simple. All right, put this on 3-month graph. This is based off of what Todd and Brian do. Look at this, undervalued, nicely rising, RT, and look at the earnings. Earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. Let's go to the next one. Whew. Bottom left, top right on 3-month graph, undervalued, RT rising, earnings rising. Now you know why I like these for the stocks that are safe, undervalued, rising in price. Bottom left, top right. I'd like to take out that 3-month high. That was selling pressure, no follow through though. Shooting star, no follow through. Look at the earnings, look at the RT. Last one, FCMCA. Even on the pullback, still undervalued. RT now just went back above 1. Now, managing these stocks. Let's say you were in these safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price in a rising market. How about you got out here when RT went below 1? You probably still took a profit. Now RT is back above 1. You might have another chance to run and even take out that 3-month high. All right, let's talk about swing trading. 2 to 14 days. All right, that's why I look at swing trades, 2 to 14 days. Let's go graph these. A couple of them are going down today. When I put this list together, they were all moving up. This is the difference between a safe, undervalued, rising. All of them were going up. Swing trader, a little bit more risk. But 2 of these have double-digit earnings growth, 1 negative, 1 0. That's probably because it's an ETF. But no sells in here. Let's graph these, and let's go put this on the MPI graph. Again, 2 to 14 days for a swing trade. Let's go find my MPI layout. That's taking a lot longer than I wanted. Graph layout, MPI. Let's go peep that out. Look at that. New crossover. Wow. Bottom left, top right. Again, swing trades. 2 to 14 days. Love this move. All trend, all the time. Now a new crossover. It's at a high of RT, though, so be careful. But good swing trade. Next one. Good swing trade. Bottom left, top right. RT just crossed. Look at that. I'd like to see it take out the 3-month high, but definitely moving higher. Fox, a crossover here. New high. Had trend the whole time. RSG lost trend, got it back, big pullback. That would have been a good from this standpoint of swing trade. Looking at the MPI, that would have been a good opportunity to get out right there. Whew, that's a hard get out. That's a lot of pullback. But now RT is crossed. I'd like to see it take out the 3-month high. And the last one is bottom left, top right, closed-end mutual fund, big hit today. I would never buy on a down day. All right, those are swing trades. People always ask me, Glenn, you stopped using your 3/8 search. Well, here's an aggressive one. I didn't find any 3/8 stocks that I wanted for you just quite yet. Here's another swing trade, but on Star Search. Here's a swing trade on Star Search. Look at that. One stock is down. Let's graph these. Let's go put these onto Star Search. Now, again, based on your graph, will help you determine when to get out of these stocks, right? So this is on Star Search, more aggressive. As you can see, the stock is super aggressive. That's a lot of give back. I don't know if I like that, but it is in the fast lane. I don't think I like that give back. All right, let's go to the next one. And you see that in the news. Man, this stock went up. Woo, that's great. I'm going to go get it. Good, googly muggly. That's not good for the stock. That's why I want you to look at graphs on these stocks, folks. That's why I want you to look at graphs on these. And today's candle don't look so good. All right, that's a lot of give. That's a lot of selling pressure. PTY, sitting in the channel. I like the pinch. I'd like to see if it can break above. I wouldn't buy this until I can see the break into the fast lane and watch the Bollinger Bands separate. Big move one way. Look at that. In the fast lane, a new 3-month high. Do I buy it? Well, very little wick at the top. Still trading at session highs. Maybe. Remember, this is swing trading. I like the move on RNW. Draw the line from the low. Look at that. Look at that there. It's not in the fast lane yet, but trading at session highs. You know what I'd look for? Not only being in the middle lane, I'd really like to get into the fast lane. But if I want to be a little bit more aggressive on this because it came up in the Star Search results, I'd look for not only in the middle lane, but to break above this level of resistance. Oh, no. Once it breaks above, it's going to be in the fast lane. I like the trend. Again, swing trade, 2 to 14 days. All right. Now, for the speculative people, how many of you are super greedy? Type in me. How many of you are super greedy? Type in me. And this is going to be interesting because the more aggressive, the more susceptible to risk you are. So everybody who's going to type in me, understand these need tight stops because the risk is exponentially higher. And that's important. I may show you these stocks, but you need to know that the risk is exponentially higher because these become more speculative plays. All right, some of the RV, look at this. The first one, no fundamentals. VSAT, it's got an RV above 1, RV above 1. So some of these stocks do have RVs above 1. Let's check all the CIs for volatility. Only 3 have CIs above 1. So let's go take a look at them. What do I want to look at here? You know something? Because they are more aggressive, I'm going to go to the 3-8 layout. Let's go find GETR trade. Where is it? GETR. Now I'm going to look at the 3-8s on these. 3-8 just crossed today. But we'll look at the closed candle. These are more speculative, more aggressive. I don't know if I like that. Oh, look at the 3-8 cross today. Again, look at the closed candle. Ooh, and it's above the 20. I'm not feeling that closed candle, but you know something? It's got a level of support that it's testing, that it's still above. And I do like that the 3-8 cross on good volume. And RT just went above 1. But it's more aggressive. Keep that in mind. I like this one, NVMI. 3-8 and above the 20 on good volume. Bingo! So for those of you who think that I've given up on the 3-8, I think that it plays well on the more aggressive or speculative plays. Wow, I don't like this one. Big wick at the top and wasn't able to sustain above those 2 levels of resistance. The volume is there. It is above the 3 to 8 and the 20, but that's a telltale sign saying, maybe not so much. HR, look at that. Bottom left, top right, 3-8-20, good volume. Was that an earnings play? I think it might have been. Yep. I like it. 3-month high, not too big a wick at the top or the bottom. I like that. But again, more aggressive. Yeah, this is that stock that went up 11,000 trillion %. But look at the big give back. Ooh-wee. If I did get into that, let me give you a line in the sand. Line in the sand right at that high. If it closes below the level of 27.89, you probably want to get out of it. That's a good aggressive play on good volume, but there's your line in the sand. All right, next one. I like this 3 to 8 and the 20, all good on good volume. It's got a wick at the top, but the body's bigger than the wick. I like it. I like it. Ooh, and I like it. You send chills up my spine every time I take one look at you. All right, next song. The next song, next stock. Who says song? Who does that? I do. Zillow. Big gap up off of earnings to 3 to 8 and a 20 and breaking through a level of resistance. I'd wait for tomorrow to see if it can stay above that. I'd wait for tomorrow for confirmation to see if it can stay above that. But I like the move on big volume. And the last stock in here, big move, Under Armour, earnings play, body bigger than both wicks on good volume, new 3-month high, and broke through 2 levels of resistance. As long as it stays above it, I like it. All right. Let me ask this question. How many people like that format of giving the fish based on how you invest in the market? Type of 1 in the room. I like that format because a lot of people out there know 3 and 8 exponential moving averages energy. A lot of people on a lot of channels will just talk about go buy this stock because blah, 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 blah. I think that we need to do a better job of not only walking you through fish, but walking you through fish that fit you. I don't think a stock is a one size fits all. When anybody talks about any one stock, I don't think that any stock is a one size fits all. And I think for us to go the extra mile to give you fish based upon how you invest in the market is important. All right, so I got a lot of ones. That's the way to do it, says Ben. Way to go. VSAT up already 40% today. It's too late, baby. It's just too late. It's too late, baby boy. It's too late. Let's go take a look at that again. View the stock graph. Is it at, I'm going to put this on a 1-year graph. Is that a 1-year high? I don't know. If it's at a, no, this stock's got some upside, Tabula. Oh yeah. I think it's got some upside. I'm going to give a price of $28.25. I think it's got room. And especially with the candle being this big, I got some selling pressure. People are going to give money back because they made a lot of money on it. I think the stock's got upside to the price of about $28.25. All right. So with all of the talking that we did today, time is it? Let's go to customer picks. I got no multi-baggers today, by the way. How many likes? I'm going to take just 10 stocks. All right. ADMA. 10 stocks. Come on. Go. Meta. META. Comma. I'm waiting. AVGO. Comma. Bumble. Comma. You guys are typing so slow. Really, Energy? Sigh. Because you typed it in, I had to. I'm going to a weed stock, USA. I'll take USAP, comma, Palantir. We looked at Palantir already. No, we didn't. Palantir, comma, AMZN, comma, CYBR, comma, CRAI. That's so cray. That's so cray. MPWR. One more. RYCEY. All right, let's go see what we got. How many stocks is that? Did I get 10? I got 13 stocks. How did I get from 10 to 13? Who does that? Anyway, we only had 84 likes, so I gave you more than what we got. Let's go take a look. Graph them all. And you know what I want to do? I'm going to do this. Graph layouts. I'm going to do something different. VectorVest simple. Right? 3 months. I'm going to do something different today. VectorVest simple is throw value up here. 3 month. I'm going to put this on a 6-month graph. Okay? Long-term play. I like it. All right? Stocks going up. Earnings going up. If I'm not in it, though, let me give you a buy point. I'm looking at 12 cents higher than 40.83 if I'm not already in it. All right? If you are in it, leave it alone. All right? I give you a hard stop price of $34.72. All right, if you're not already. So I like that long term, but I've given you buy point and sell point if you own it. Let's go to the next one. That's more volatile a play. I like the stock price. I don't like the stock price moving sideways, but I love the earnings. Love the earnings in that it's undervalued. Okay, what am I looking at now? I'm going to show you I like the upward trend from this level of support. Good, I like that. When would I get into it? Okay, let's change this now. When would I get into it? Let's use the star search. I'm all right with getting into it now. Because earnings is rising, I like it. I don't like it long term, but I like it right now. Star search shows me I can get into it. How cool was that to take it from one graph to another to make a decision? Oh, I like that. Next one, Amazon. Slow lane, I'm not feeling that. Let's go put it on the VectorVest simple. I'm not feeling that still right now. What person takes this stock? What person takes this stock? What type of person buys this stock? Type it in the room. What person buys this stock? Type it in the room. And when would I buy it? When it fades the gap. Once it gets above 168.11. What kind of person takes this? What is the inverse? I don't know if it's got the inverse. I got to find out. Prudent long term. No, Stacy, not yet. Prudent long term. I'm telling you, what takes this stock right now? More aggressive. If you take it now. If you take it now. If I need more confirmation, let's start for it to fade the gap. Once it starts to fade the gap, put it on star search. Oh, man. Jeff says, crazy person. I'm not ready to take it yet. I'm not ready to take it yet. All right, let's go to the next stock. Bottom left, top right, 6-month graph. Channel broke out. Did break out the channel. Let's go put it on star search. Right time, fast lane. Bingo! How cool is this process that I'm going through right now? Type the word cool or type the word stupid. You could type stupid. How cool is this process that I'm taking you through right now? I'm bouncing between two graphs. To make, but I can visually see what I'm looking for to make a decision, folks. I think that that's so important. All right, let's go to the next one. Whew, I'm feeling this. Let's go to the next one. Star search, middle lane. Let's go see, do I like it long term? Let's go put value on here. A little overvalued. I like the stock's price. I like the earnings. Do I buy it now? All right, I liked it long term. Do I buy it now? Ooh, let's wait for the DPOs to go positive. I'll give you more of an aggressive way. Let's use the DPOs to go positive before I get into it. But long term, I like this. I showed that on the VectorVest simple. I like this. But let's look at it short term. I'm ready to get into it yet. Let's wait for the DPOs to go positive. All right, next stock. Cyber. It got into the fast lane today. One DPO did go positive. Let's go to the star search. Oh, that is star search. Let's go to VectorVest simple. I don't like this long term. Why? This stock goes up and down, up and down. Long term, I'm not a big fan. If I'm long term, I do like the earnings, but I like to see the price. Remember, safe undervalued stock rising in price with rising price. Rising in price. I don't like this long term. Let's go see. Star Search gives me an entry. I need it to be in the fast lane. It almost got there. Let's wait for it to happen. All right, next stock. Ooh, it's coming out of the slow lane. Let's go look at it fundamentally. VectorVest simple. Ooh, I don't like this stock at all. Let's go back to Star Search. If I'm thinking about getting in, let's get this stock into the middle lane. And let's wait for the DPOs to go positive. Let's at least wait for the DPOs to go positive to show me it's got some bullishness. Glenn is a diva and changes his mind. Last week you said that you wouldn't touch RYCI. I'm not a diva. I just looked at the freaking graph. I just showed you how to go look at the graph to make a decision. Last week was last week. Time stands still for no man. I'm going with what I see. Sigh. Okay. Woo-sa. All right. Let's go to the next stock. Palantir. I'm already in it. I took the aggressive move. on it. It's in the fast lane. Both DPOs are going up. All right, both DPOs are going up. Let's go look at it. VectorVest simple. Funded long term, based on what I see here, I know that I probably don't like it long term yet. The graph has got to come to me. But can I get into it now based on Star Search? The answer is yes, I can. The answer is yes, I can. It's in the fast lane. Both DPOs are positive. Okay, next stop. Big move on Manpower. Was that an earnings play? A couple of days ago. Big move on Manpower. One DPO is positive. The other one is not yet. Let's go look at VectorVest simple. A little bit more volatility than I'd like. A little bit more volatility than I'd like, but I do like the move up. This is more of a aggressive play. The graph bottom left, and the earnings looks great. Earnings looks great. I'm looking at the price action. I know that this is a little bit more volatile play. As long as I know that, can I get into it? Yes, but I'm going to put a tighter stop on it. That's up to you. I'd really like to see it be in the fast lane, though. Would you consider selling PLTR, take some profit? Absolutely, Jan. I absolutely. I'm not afraid to tell you to take some of that off the table. Take half off, or you can just be greedy and hope that it stays up in there. One of the two. I'm not going to tell you not to. I'm not afraid to do that. All right, let's go to the next one. Cray, I do like the upward move. All right, I do like the upward move. It's not in the slow. Both DPOs are negative. VectorVest simple. Earnings is there. Price was doing well. Bottom left, top right. Was doing well. Then it got into all of this mishmashiosity. Star Search, I'd like to see it get into the middle. I'd like to see both DPOs go positive. All right. Will you close SOXL today? Probably, Jake, because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm up like 15% on SOXL. I'm just going to be more of a day trade. I'll get out, and if I need to get back into tomorrow, if the market moves up again, I'll do that. But I'm probably getting out of it today. All right, let's go to the next stock. Ooh, ACB, marijuana stocks. It's in the fast lane after earnings. Both DPOs are up. I like it from a Star Search perspective. Do I like it long term? Nope. And look at the big drop in earnings. Ooh, this is more of an aggressive play. But from that perspective, technically I can get in. Be careful though, it's breaking outside of the band. Just be careful. Next one. Hell no. That's after earn. No. It's bad and getting worse. No. I'm not touching that. I'm be like MC Hammer. You can't touch this. You can't. Simple. No. Even I can't touch that. This stock is so bad. Makes my face turn from happy to sad. Thank you for not buying it. Because if I did, it would be shh. Doom, doo, doo, doom, doo, doom, doo, doo. Can't touch this. All right. Man, I almost got canceled by cussing, but I didn't. All right, XROF. No. Earnings is getting better. It's getting better, but it's getting less worse. Oh, is it positive? Earnings, nope, still negative. It's still MJNA. I made a lot. I made 1,300% on MJNA a while ago. It was a life-changing trade. All right, but yeah, I'm not in it. XROF, no. And look at it, VectorVest simple. That was simple. Put it on Star Search. Still no. All right. I'm only 4 minutes over. All right. Put me on my last page, Joey. What is it? That one. How many of you like today's session? A little different. How many of you just type the word like? Type the word like. How many of you liked today's session? This is a little different. I'm thinking about going like this going forward. I like the idea of when I look at your fish, look at it on the different ways, two different graphs to determine whether or not you like it or really like it or not. I like to try to bring a little differentness to it. I want our channel to be different than anybody else out there. I want our channel to be different than anyone else out there. So I'm watching a lot of people who normally don't type in something. I like that. I want more of you to engage with us. I want more of you to engage with us. All right, because it's not about me just talking. It's about you guys giving me some insight. Thank you for the insight on the possibility of doing a road show. All right, thank you very much for that. And again, there's no guarantees that we're going to any of these places. But I wanted to get some feedback from you on where you would travel to go. I think that's important. I think that's important. All right. I got to go. I'm only going to say it once. Okay? This will make Joey happy. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao. Au revoir. Sayonara. Aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Praying for all you folks that are getting rain just like we are. Remember, it's a Debbie Downer. Odabo. Bom dia. Salam. Shalom. Namaste. Yasu. Until the next time, folks. See ya.
You almost did it. Good job.